Oh, right.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I am Geneva and I'm playing the role of Anna. Autism wasn't Anna's identity, it was just something that she had to deal with. So I think that this film really kind of humanises and brings those kind of things back down to earth, and the fact that someone is a person and then they have a disorder and they can still completely get through the day. They just deal with things differently than other people. And especially after I started researching the autism spectrum disorder, I found that I could actually sympathise with a lot of the traits, and I did not actually expect that, I think. And me and Harriet did discuss, although I reached out to Harriet and I was like, I feel like, what if I have, you know, like a mild form of autism spectrum disorder, because I felt like I did get like hypersensitive to things and all the stuff that I was reading about. But she made the really amazing point that everyone is on the spectrum, and so I think that it's a lot of things that people can relate to, and I like that it's not who she is in the way that we would think a disorder makes a person, if you know what I mean. So I think the hardest thing with playing Anna is that I haven't in my own life had to deal with being autistic or being on the autistic spectrum in a significant way where it has affected my day-to-day life. So I didn't want to show it in a way where they felt that it was inaccurate, because it would be really disheartening to kind of like see a disorder that you may be dealing with on screen in such a different experience than what you would be experiencing. And like Harriet really wanted in the film, she didn't want it to be the identity like I was talking about before, you know, like, you know, she's autistic, he's autistic, it's a person who deals with autism. So I just wanted to hopefully like play her as authentic, and I guess not, like, they are still people. I don't know why that feels like something that you have to say, but I just feel like I would never want to do an unfair portrayal of something like that, because it can be hard for people who have to deal with that in their life, and I wouldn't want to make it, like, show it in a negative light or show it in an inaccurate light, so hopefully. I was really drawn to telling the story of Anna because there's a huge stigma around so many like disorders, any sort of like, even like mental illnesses as well. Like, people just have this kind of like wanting to stand back and like not deal with things, or immediately give a massive impression of a person just because they deal with something like that. And you know, it could be your best friend, it could just be a family member. It's really like, it really separates a group of people when they really are just a part of the community. And I feel like they deserve to be treated just as everyone else will be treated. They just deal with things differently, and to understand that better, because I think that the hardest thing with people maybe stigmatizing them is they don't really understand where that person is coming from with having that disorder. So the more that they know about how someone might deal with something like that, or an experience like Anna has dealt with, then I feel like understanding is just the best, to like knowing how to treat it as normal, because it's not really that abnormal.